Education is the key to success. This was a famous saying that I used to hear from my parents when I was a kid. As a kid, I didn't understand the importance of going to school 5 days a week with an 8-hour classes. I mean, what I only knew was my parents sent me to school for me to learn how to write, read, do plus minus, divide, and multiply. Little did I know that going to school was more than that. As I grow older, I learned to consider education as important as the basic need of life like water, food, and shelter, as it enables an individual to realize his real potential and use it effectively for a successful life. I mean, who does not want to get a success? Who does not want to get a comfortable life? Everyone is hungry for success, but sadly, not everyone knows how to get success, right? Many people in the world become stagnant because of the deficiency of education. To tell you, education is not limited to books only, but it also teaches us the way of life and the way that can change to our lives. But it is saddening the right of every child to have a complete education has been taken away for the longest time. Across the world, there are millions of children who are prevented from school because of the inability of schools, especially to the poor. In some ways, government and poverty becomes a hindrance to every child to enjoy their right and freedom to education because at an early age they have to prioritize how to earn money instead to learn how to read, write, develop their skills, talents, and how to serve their fellow men. In other words, parents are also responsible for what quality education they want for their child and how they influence and introduce the importance of education to every child and human. On the other hand, there is no doubt why there is still countries continue to remain poor and uneducated because only few are those who prioritize and fight for their freedom to have the right to education. When given an equal and fair chance to succeed in this world, there is no doubt in my thought that we will help to alleviate poverty from our growing nation. We know that education is fundamental in eradicating poverty and starvation and promoting sustained, inclusive, and equitable economic growth and sustainable development. I believe education is the most important tool any child can receive. The more knowledge a child gains, the more opportunities will open up to allow them to achieve better possibilities in a career and personal growth. If the importance of education is not recognized, then someday education will become less relevant. Education serves to unite and strengthen our country. Without education, people would not be able to distinguish right from wrong. If this should happen, then our society will find itself at a large disadvantage compared to other countries. It is truly said that education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. That's why I strongly agree why education is important.